Endsars protest?
Well, it was back then. It was quite impactful because it sends a form of encouragement to people here. Because it's the message. They were saying, you know what, people at home were with you. At a point, that was when we even knew that a lot of people wanted to come back home, but they can't because of the way the country is. Because they all kept saying, you know what, Nigeria needs to gain its independence today, and Nigeria needs to be better so that we can come back home and show our kids our heritage. We're only scared of coming back home because the country is not good enough. And well, that was very encouraging. But over time, especially after the whole, Lekki shooting and all that, it had no significant impact anymore, because we stopped the protest. We're just doing the online, awareness.
So wait, just so we keep to the timeline. Hello, One Voice Nation. We just took some time out from the programming to talk about our illustrator here at Face Media Podcast upcoming exhibition show. Hi, Fee. How are you?
Hey, Uncle Fems. I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Please tell us about this.
So it's called the Noir Art Exhibition in Sales. We're tagging it The Growth of a Black Female Artist.
Gotcha.
It's going to be featuring works from 5 other artists like myself, Zida Kalu, Blossom, Oyeyipo, Pamela Oma, Donna Duke, and Funta Koka. It's going to be at Weary House in Phase 1, 7B Mike Adigbite Avenue. It's December 11 and 12. December 11 is starting at 3 p.m. to nighttime, and also the next day, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it's going to be featuring the works that we've done over time, especially during the lockdown. So we're excited to just show all the work from the previous months.
Okay, looking forward to seeing it. So thank you, and back to the show. The protests in Canada, the ones that you saw, this was all before the day 20 October, right?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
So it's still within the timeline that we're working with, because we're trying to get those key.
Yes, it's still within it. It was before in the UK, in the US, in Ireland,
yes,
in South Africa.
So it was WizKid.
Yes, in the UK,
in the UK.
In France.
And let's go back to
all over the world.
I like the fact that I said even at the protests in Nigeria, some people were like, guys, don't let's get carried away. It's not a carnival. At what point was it that people said that, oh no, they tried to do something. The government tried to say, okay, no more SARS.
Yeah.
We have SWAT. Right? Like, so based on that whole event, I feel like there was a point, just from where I'm sitting, it felt like we were winning. We were about to make a breakthrough. But then people were like, nah, this thing is whack. It's not real. Like, they're just
I think it was just a charade.
Basically rebranding the SARS.
It was just a charade.
So that was not really the impact that we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
And at this point, I wasn't sure if we were making any breakthrough. But I know this is when the governor of Lagos started talking some more. He was a bit more vocal. He said he had started a fund. There was, let's say, all before the shootings happened. This is when he went to Buhari and he said Buhari laughed.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So it seemed like they were about to change something, right? And then this was before they called for lockdown again, right? So all this is all building up to another key event. And that key event is, this is, as I've already started speaking.
I think we should even talk about the SARS to SWAT.
Okay.
Aspect.
Let's
because that aggravated a lot of people.
Okay.
Now, people had said, we have 5-point agenda, right? And said, okay, government, you give us a 5-point agenda saying who is SARS and what you're going to do, how you're going to reform them. Now, this is our own 5-point agenda. This is what we want for you to do. Then government went back and then came and said, you know what, we are reforming and dissolving SARS. And they came back with SWAT. That was an insult to our intelligence. Because you're taking the same people, right? You're taking the same people, putting them in, you're just practically rebranding. You change their uniform, you change their names, but the same people. with the same behavior, and as people say, with the same animalistic behavior, what people have been saying. What's the essence? So people got aggravated and they were like, you know what? We can't take this. Hence why the protest continued after the government came up to say we were working on something. Because people felt very insulted. We're like, you're playing our intelligence.
Bro, I don't really know if you saw any effect of this where you were at the time. In terms of that SWAT.
No, we saw it, you understand? We knew quite well that the government here, they will try as much as possible to sabotage whatever we're doing. You understand?
Expected.
So the thing was like, okay, they said they want to end Endsars. Okay, now let's bring SWAT. And we know that SWAT has been in the Nigerian security force for a long time. You understand? We have SWAT, you understand?
Like it was a new introduction.
No, that's been like from what I heard.
Has been existing.
It's just
I
that
think since 2018
I think they are
or so.
special people, you understand? They bring them out when there's something happening, something big. So we're not like, hey, this is not what we said we want. We need justice. You understand? At a point, it got confusing because some people were agitating for their salary increase. You understand? Betterment for their well-being and stuff. But
For the
like,
police, right?
No. That is not what we are fighting for. We want justice. All those people that have taken the lives of the youth of Nigeria, bring them to book. Let's see them, persecute them in our front. That was what we wanted.
Yeah, I was also wary of that people may get carried away and start trying to solve all Nigeria's many problems at the same time. And that is a loss of focus.
It happened.
But
it happened.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
happened.
And I guess definitely in the next episode we're talking, we're gonna analyze that deeper, because let's not lose focus just like we did at that time. This is a recap
Nice one.
episode, right?
Recap,
So next let's talk about the key moments. 20 October 2020.
Wow.
Let's talk about it, right? Senana,
Did you hear that deep breath?
yeah, of course.
We're all
it's-
still sad.
Tell you, man.
Okay, let's quickly move because we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about it.
The blackout. Who called for the blackout at the toll gate? Toll gate. Who called for the blackout, and who is responsible for shooting? Like, who says, hey guys?
Okay, so this was how it happened, because I was on the internet that day.
Okay.
And I followed everything back to back. As at 4:35.
How come you didn't even decide to go?
Okay, so because the government had called for a curfew by
The
12
curfew
p.m.
on the same day, right?
on the same day, which I think was unfair.
Right.
Because the curfew was called for at 12 p.m. and you wanted the curfew to be enforced by 4 p.m. And people were still on the way, and there was horrible traffic, and the protest was still going on all over Lagos. So there should have been a consideration. But the funny thing was that people said, you know what? We can't go home because we're in traffic. So we'll just rather stay where we are, but we'll remain peaceful. So they stayed at the Lekki toll gate for the protest.
Okay.
At around 4:35 p.m., 4:35 p.m., 5 o'clock, so a certain picture started trending. Some officials came and said they're from the government. They said, and I quote, that they were from the government and they had to take down all the cameras in the Lekki toll gate. That was very suspicious for me. I was like, why would the government want to do that? The next thing, the billboard that has been on, even when the toll gate wasn't working during the corona shutdown, lockdown, curfew and everything, and that place had not been operating for about 2 weeks based on that protest. But the billboard was still there, and the billboard was even supporting the Endsars protest. All of a sudden, the billboard too went off, and then the street lights.
Who called for it?
According to
Who
people,
owns the billboard?
the billboard is owned by people say it's owned by Tinubu.
No, but who is the owner? What company owns it?
What's their name again? Can you help me out? This Lekki Concession. Yes,
They
they
own
are the owners of the toll gates.
The owner of the toll gate, but
Yes.
who owns the billboard?
The billboard is owned by Tinubu's son.
Okay, well, you don't know the name of the company.
We don't know the name of the company, but the company is owned by Tinubu's son,
Okay, all right.
right? And then the billboard went off.
So who controls where is the switch for the billboard?
That I don't know.
That
I don't know. But there was a certain post going about a worker who was inside saying that they can't even take videos because there's only just one there was only one camera inside getting everything that was happening, and they weren't allowed to take pictures, but they were ordered to shut down everything and even the street lights. So people started getting social, and then they started saying, you know what, they are up to something up. And about 7 p.m, 6:45, 7 p.m, the soldiers arrived, the Nigerian military arrived. And they started shooting at innocent.
At 7 p.m. That's when it started.
Yes.
Shooting. Wow.
At 7 p.m. Because it was still a bit bright. It was still a bit bright. And people were recording thanks to DJ Switch. We had live footage, which later was claimed that it was photoshopped.
Green show. I
think that's the most hilarious thing I've heard in 2020. But she was on live and she was showing us everything happening. And we kept hearing people. Ufoma Magdemo was the first person to come on the internet to say, guys, I can hear shooting. I live close to the toll gate and they're shooting and I can hear people crying. That was the first thing. Then DJ Switch came on and said, oh, they're shooting at us. And, I kept hearing, wave your flag, do not fight back. It's a peaceful protest. Sit down. But we kept hearing people being shot. And at the point we started seeing videos of people that were shot. I saw a particular guy who was shot on the leg, another one in the stomach. People were taken to the hospital. And then she confirmed that there was a barricade on both sides of the protest. The military men were trying to block them from going out, even to the ambulance that was coming in. The ambulance, there was a video of the ambulance truck where somebody said they don't want us to go in. The nurse was saying they don't want us to go in. They don't want us to help the protesters. They planned this. They don't want us to go in, and it was sad.
Okay, wait. So who's responsible for giving the order?
Well, we have confirmed now because the military came out about 2 days ago to say the Lagos State government, which is Sanwo-Olu, gave them the order.
Yes.
To expedite this.
You can confirm that as well?
Yes, I can confirm it because it's been all over. At first, Sanwo-Olu said he didn't know who was there. But unfortunately, I haven't said something. When I saw that video, I said, God, this is how you throw confusion into our enemies' dens. And people started laughing. Because at first, Sanwo-Olu came and I said, he doesn't even know if there was any shooting or any casualties. People were like, what's wrong with you? Then something happened. CNN interviewed Sanwo-Olu and said,
yes.
Sanwo-Olu, so are you trying to say that there were no killings and people weren't shot? And who were these people shooting? And I said, well, I think that this looked like men in uniform, like military men. Yeah. So they look like the military men who they said, I think, shot the people. Upon hearing that, I guess the military maybe got aggravated.
Yes.
And then came out and said, dude, you were the one who told us to go and shoot these people.
I think I've gotten the answer I want there. So let's talk about, was there any way to prove or show how many people died? Or is there not a way we can show that, okay, since then 38 people who went are not back. These are their pictures. Or because my thing is, and I knew this, which is why I didn't, on the day and the day after, especially on the day when shooting was going on, I didn't put too much energy into it. And let me clarify what I mean. I didn't put too much energy into the people that were telling me were dead. Because we've been on the internet for a while. You start knowing fake stuff when you see it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I just saw one or two. I was like, come on, man, this stuff is fake. So I didn't put, for my own well-being, I didn't put too much energy into it because I just have been super depressed.
No, let me clarify that. Right? Are you saying that the pictures of the people that were saying were dead was fake?
A lot of fake things were going on social media. There were a lot of fake messages being sent.
Okay.
So for every one person,
it's very important to clarify that.
No, so my question really is: I'm going back to my question. Is there a way to show who's dead or alive? And if you say now, give me 38 people died, right? They have thrown away the bodies. But this is how we know these people were dead. Because from what we saw on the day, they were even saying the celebrity is dead. 2 hours later, the celebrity
came out and say, I'm not dead, though.
It happened a lot. So, there's clearly some people.
Everybody, all the pictures that went
DJ
round.
Switch came out to say that, guys, I know you created a fake account of me, and like,
and said, "Oh, 71 protesters dead," and she was like, "No, I didn't say that." But what she could confirm,
15.
She confirmed that 15 people were dead because they were counting and.